Now we will have Dr. Ibrahim.
Good afternoon to everybody. I am first time invited to your conference. My name is Ibrahim Mahammadzada. I am local representative of the FIDIC in Azerbaijan. You know FIDIC? FIDIC is a French abbreviation of the International Federation of Consulting Engineers, based in Switzerland and established 100 years ago by the brother Lumiere, it's cinema engineers. It is umbrella for the 114 countries around the world. And the main countries who make climate in the FIDIC family, it is G7 countries as advanced, technologically advanced post-industrial nations. From the Azerbaijan activity, we since 2005 create National Engineering Consultancy Society in the Azerbaijan, and the member of the FIDIC family. We mostly involved to the all engineering activity in the country. They're mostly working with World Bank, European Bank of the Reconstruction and Development, Islamic Development Bank, Asian Development Bank, KfW, German Bank, and JICA, is Japanese Association for the International Development. We provide to spread FIDIC standards. Mostly it's legal and regulatory standards for the claiming huge project with cost most than $10 million, especially in the infrastructure subsectors for highway, electricity, solid waste management, water and sanitation, etc. I'm very happy to join with you because we are interested to inviting new generation, young engineers, young professionals for the FIDIC activity in the country. My presentation concerned to the Generation Z working in Azerbaijan, because it is our future. The Z generation, according to international concept, it is people between 16 and 25 years old. It's mostly involved to the secondary school, college, high school, and some military services in each countries. In Azerbaijan, situation is a little bit different with specific national issues for this generation. Don't afraid my presentation. It is a very big presentation and density. I would make some fragmentation from the presentation for you. This is a big problem for the Azerbaijan economy in the context of the new generation. It is lack of the STEM system for engineering professions. STEM, it means science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Just recently, Azerbaijan government opened college or lyceum, I don't know, in Hırdalan settlement for 2 years. But this is not enough for the preparing good engineering personnel for the future. All country economic activities, it's based on the requiring reforming, strong reforming in the education sector. This is need for the future Azerbaijan, for sustainable development as goal of the United Nations. A country has a strategic roadmap preparing 3 years ago by the McKinsey company, where has some education direction, especially engineering education. If you look here, it is clear to make some details and make some radical reform in the education, starting from the preschool and ending in the science and research and development, because it is system, it is process. Here is contribution in the GDP. You see, this is labor is higher, but productivity is low. It's most important productivity for the engineering, because engineering correlate very close with technology, with innovation. And the same situation for the 4 decades. Here is the productivity of non-oil business, because oil, it is sometimes is finished. It is not renewable source. And the non-oil business, it is most important for Azerbaijan, especially agriculture and tourism. And here it is the same situation. Multi-factor productivity is low, but capital intensity is the highest, from the 97 to 2020. This, for any activity, economic activity, is most important human capital. According to World Bank report in the 2018, cost of the Azerbaijan, excluding occupied lands, there's a more around to $700 billion. But only 12% of this wealth is related with the human capital. Mostly country wealth related with natural resources. It is gold, it is oil, natural gas, etc. It is a very big obstacle for the starting to prepare professional engineers, because it's a structure of the human capital also. You see, only 29% is involved to the college and the university in the country. It is not stable for the future. The problem of the human capital in the country, you maybe know better than me, because this study based on the World Bank and European Union project related with the capacity building for the public sector and the small and medium enterprise development. Why small and medium enterprise development? Because engineers, young engineers, as graduation from the university, labor market and the entrepreneurship is as close related with each other. If you want to make implement the own idea, you need to open micro, small, and medium enterprise, and putting your idea for the developing this enterprise as independent unit, working close with the education and big private sectors. Here it's a big problem for the young generation. It is more preferring non-engineering profession in the country. Doctors, I don't know, bankers, economists, lawyers, and other. It's a big problem. We need to popularize engineering profession in the country. And not for the oil and gas engineering, but mostly for the civil engineering, because civil engineering It presents all of engineering professions, especially for the infrastructure, because Azerbaijan infrastructure outside of Baku require huge investment. Here is earning opportunity for the young generation. You see it's same for the different age, 16, 25, 20, 26, 30, and more. During oil ban period, it was quite highest. It's around 2,000 and 2,000 manats per month. But now it's again to less. Characteristic is for the Generation Z that's shown that 60% depending on the parents' support in the country. They're looking for jobs at the international companies or local private companies with easy earning opportunities. It is also this problem for the startup, because your startup is investment to your life. If you find some good company where it would teach you to learn you for engineering skills, it is investment for you. You can start from the small salary to thinking about future, to get more big money as professional. Of course, there is problem of the kleptocracy, which is afraid entrepreneurship, and for the young generation, it is big obstacle in this country. Here is artificial intelligence. It is very important for the engineering profession in the universities. There is three primary components related for the elaboration of the new curriculum for artificial intelligence in the all engineering professions, maybe from second, third years of education for bachelor, case of the experimental learning, and help for the highest education for lifelong learning. Knowledge management, it is number one. It is lack of the low knowledge management. It is big constraints for the development, because knowledge management is used for the all engineering profession, since starting from data, information, knowledge, competence, and experience. Experience is last. First is to understand, to conceptualize what you want, what we're doing. And this is cycle. This knowledge management is a cycle. A cycle which is expand time by time. So this idea is the most important for the innovative approach to engineering profession. You can solve your idea if you have strong legal basis for intellectual property in the country. Azerbaijan, as I know, member of the World Intellectual Property Agency, but it's not keep copyright in the country. Because if you elaborate good idea, it will be problem to implement this idea in the business. The other guy will be just broken your idea and make for other purposes. It is problem. Here is maturity model for the companies, engineering companies. It is matrix. You can put your data, and the maturity model defined for framework defined your willing for the spread knowledge management, attitude, and skills. In the end, you see, this is very interesting table from the Harvard survey around about the earning of the young engineers in the different fields of the knowledge. It's more preparing for Western students. It is business and economics, then life science, for example, or art and other humanitarian science. It is a 5G cultural digital system for the engineers. Why? Because if for the start reforming in the education sector, you need as minimum 3 directions. First is the culture. Culture and again culture. For communication, for coordination your works, and to look for your operativeness and reaction to feedback from your business. It's most important for culture. It is not only learning. It is mean, as told my previous counterpart, it is book. I think it's book is very important for the understanding concept of the engineering science. Of course, it's all books in the Azerbaijan should be updated because it is based on the old Russian Soviet approach to the different stage of the engineering. Generally, engineering has 3 stages. First is the designing, other is construction, and operation. As consulting engineers, for example, as me working in the design stage, and a little bit involved in the construction as supervisor of the construction works. No more. But operation is more important in Azerbaijan because there is a lot of, how to say, existed oil and gas sources that require good operation management approach. So, second is individualism versus to collectivism, masculinity versus femininity, uncertainty avoidance, and long-term versus short-term orientation. It is very important for Azerbaijan, and this is keeps some in Azerbaijan engineering companies and measurable sometimes. Here is people who need for the revolutionizing of the education sector Azerbaijan in the top level. It is mathematicians, physicians, chemists, biologists, engineers, and applied theologists. Why theologists? Because there is a lot of environmental problem in engineering. This is sometimes related with the global problem as climate change. And city resilience, infrastructure resilience as feedback for the climate change. Believe me, some cities as Manila, as Bangkok, it's a very bad situation because people materialize of the thinking, not think about environmental issues, not think about greening of the life. So this is matrix may be useful for the Azerbaijan. We applied this for the country like Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and this was very good result for the high-level decision makers. This is summarized of knowledge management in Azerbaijan. It's, for example, is more important for Azerbaijan, Japanese approach, this globalization. Think globally and make locally. This is combination global and local. Globalization is most important. And transfer knowledge knowledge challenge and preparing for the information society in the future. Unfortunately, it is old version of my presentation. I make some recommendation for the future. Is the most important to the change in the legal framework, regulatory framework of the Azerbaijan, because your how to say tax code and labor code is very old. It's not allow to the young professional to working freely on the labor market, to create own enterprise and the start up for the independent works. It's very important because era of the huge transnational companies is over. And the tax code, your tax code is working for the kleptocracy, not for the free workers, because it is huge loading for business. This is tax summary loading is more than 40%. It's terrible. You need to reduce for the business. Thank you very much.